Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, so Scott Hall is a bail bondsman who is the first person to take a plea deal in the Fulton County, Georgia case headed up by Fani Willis. In exchange for flipping and turning state's evidence, they are recommending 5 years of probation. Dude, that's a great deal. Take it. You're not going to prison. and you get probation. That is amazing. Yeah, probation's going to suck, but it sucks worse being incarcerated. Not that I have any personal experience, but I'm just saying. I think anybody in the audience would agree with that. Also of interest is during a procedural hearing for Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, it was mentioned that the prosecutor signaled that they may extend a plea deal to one or both of those defendants. So Trump's got to is Trump going to get a little nervous? I'd be getting nervous because now they're offering deals to people just a little bit below you in the food chain of this conspiracy, this RICO case that's going on. So come on down. Entertainment purposes only and all that. Let's see what we've got going on here. Okay, so what's going on with this case with these proposed immunity deals? Is that going to move the needle against Donald Trump? Okay, so my deck is upside down. The Lover's card. Okay, so these are people that are related to him, but I think this is the Fulton County DA making plea deal agreements with maybe at least two people. You've got Sidney Powell and Chesebro. This could be for Powell and Chesebro. That's please don't mind the visuals there. But one or both of those people might end up getting something. Crossed with, bringing this thing to an end, a happy ending. Now, mind you, just because they're getting a plea deal doesn't mean they're going to get 5 years probation like Scott Hall. Scott Hall, his crime was he was one of the guys, one of the gaggle of people that was allowed in into the elections office unauthorized and then breached a machine. I don't know if he did any particular work on the machine or if he did any data work or anything along those lines. I don't know his role, but that's a more minor role compared to the role that, say, Sidney Powell or Kenneth Chesebro was involved in. So all I'm saying is just because they get a deal doesn't mean they're not going to prison. It just means they're getting a deal. But I think, this is going to be the best offer they get. And I suspect it might go to both of them and they both might take it. Pass. We've got the walking away. At this point, it truly is, it's going to be every man for themselves or woman for themselves. They could probably see that Trump is turning his back on them. I don't think he's paying any of their legal bills. So it's up on them to do, basically, negotiate their own case. So they're feeling that emotional abandonment from this big conspiracy. This is Trump. What did you think was going to happen? Oh, by the way, and the bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands, the planning. So I think they're planning. You got a Two of Wands. Again, it could be to one, if not both, of those people, like this article on CNN is pointing out. Current situation is the victory card or the look at me card, as it is. The trial, they're the first ones that were going to trial. I think they felt that if they went sooner, they could get a victory out of it. I don't think that that's going to be the case. I think Trump's team was hoping they'd go first because then they can see how the case is going to be tried and maybe try to come up with a strategy against it. But I think the best victory that they're going to get is a plea deal out of this, to be really honest with you. There we go. Election interference. It's all about election interference. Get that deal. I think if they get the deal, it'll be a victory for them. Let's see. We got Fani Willis here. Queen of Swords. cutting a deal, and it's not going to be a great deal for them, but it's going to be the only deal they get. This is going to be, I want to say it's going to be kind of like a take it or leave it deal. You know, you go to trial, I've got you dead to rights. Or you can give up everything you've got and we'll cut down your sentence a bit. But you're not getting out. You're not getting out scot-free. You're too deep into it. And away they go up the river. They're going up the river regardless of what happens here. They will get jail time or prison time, excuse me. How much prison time is totally up to them. It's going to be how much of they reveal of the election interference and how useful that information is. But, you know, Fani Willis will get that whole story. She will win this case through and through. So I'm going to, and I don't really care about Scott Hall. Does anybody in the audience care about Scott Hall? I mean, if he was a wrestler, we could talk about him for what little WWE knowledge I had from that era. Scott Hall came after I stopped watching wrestling. Guilty pleasure, sorry. But let's do a comparison throw on Chesebro and Sidney Powell, and then we'll follow it up with a Trump throw, because what's a day without a throw on Trump? You know, everybody needs a little drama queen in their life, don't they? Not really, no. Melania renegotiated her prenup again. Apparently it's her third renegotiation. I'm going to have to throw on that now to see what's that looking like for her. The rumor is that she's trying to secure more money for Barron. Well, yeah, at least she cares about her son. But I think, you know, what it is that's how she knows she can get the money secured, is by going through him. If she were asking for it, he'd say, hit the road. Okay. Sidney Powell versus Chesebro. Let's find the battle. Here we go again. This is the offer that's coming up. Now, let's do Sidney Powell first, because I just think she's mildly more interesting. And then we're going to do Mr. Chesebro. Oh, no. Bummer for you. And then underneath it is the Ace of Cups. The offer is going to be made. I don't think they're going to particularly like the offer. You know, I think of this Ace of Cups, maybe this offer is to try and keep, you know what, instead of worrying about what they think about it, maybe this Ace of Cups is ultimately what this offer is going to do. It's going to try and take the temperature down on this trial. Because now you've got, especially with Sidney Powell, now you've got somebody who was in front of the cameras this whole time talking about, good Lord, Chavez and Smartmatic and votes being switched and all the craziness that it is. So I think, again, this is just going to be an effort to take the temperature down. She's got probably more information that they're interested in. Because she was on the front line. She was leading the charge for Team Crazy in representing the election interference scheme. She'll be able to tell you who was actually doing what, Rudy Giuliani, and she'll give them what they want. She'll spill the beans, because she realizes this is her best and only shot to not spend a lot of time in prison. Plus, you know, she's got that Smartmatic lawsuit and Dominion lawsuit that she needs to deal with. They'll bankrupt her. This is just, how do I minimize my time in prison type of thing. For Chesebro, we've got the Fool card. And I think it's because he's kind of, maybe not naive. He's kind of naive, actually. But he was the fool that came up with some of these ideas. Yeah, because he got the sword here. He's the one that came up with this election interference idea. So he's going to be more culpable than Sidney Powell, because he's actually a planner on this one. She's just a rube that went out there and parroted things. So he's going to get his offers, And he's not going to like the offers that he gets. And this could end up with him not taking a plea deal. And then, justice comes after him. So I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say Sidney Powell's going to take a deal. Chesebro might not, because he may not like what they're offering to him. I think that he might be just a damn fool. He should take what they get. But he may not do it, and justice is going to be breathing down his neck. So, Powell, yes. Chesebro, we'll have to see. I'm leaning towards no right now. I'm leaning towards no with him. I think he thinks he will do better in court than he would with the plea deal that he's going to get. And it might be what happens is that what they say is the person who gets the first deal gets the best deal. It might be that Sidney Powell accepts the deal first, and then he's left with the crumbs. And the crumbs aren't worth it to him. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. I believe that was sung in the theme song for the TV show Beretta. Showing our ages here. God. I bet you most of the people watching this have not bothered to commit a felony in their lifetime. Or I can almost guarantee you, none of them have tried to cause an insurrection to overthrow the United States government. Unless Vlad's watching. Hey, Vlad, if you're watching, you get to be the exception to the rule, comrade. All right, speaking of comrade, how's Comrade Trump taking to this news that Fani Willis is offering plea deals with Chesebro and Sidney Powell? I'm sure he's taking it well, Taking as well as they're taking down the Trump off of all of his buildings. 3 of Wands. He's probably wishing he was anywhere else but where he is right now. No, it doesn't Saudi Arabia look nice? I think that's twice his cards come up for him. Oh, what is he thinking? Okay, he's planning his move. He wants to take some action, and it's Looney Tune stuff. He wants them to be quiet. Just shut up. Don't do anything. Don't do anything rash. Just take your time and think about it. Everything's going to be okay. He's going to come across as the false friend and tell them to be strong. Do you remember how, with Michael Cohen, he would send those messages, Michael Cohen, stay strong, and people would say, the president loves you and all that stuff. They're coded messages for keep your mouth shut and we'll take care of you. It's going to be kind of like that. He's going to tell them how much he loves them and to stay strong, but it's false friend stuff. He doesn't care about them at all. He's worried about his culpability in this. So the less Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro tell Fani Willis, the more likely there's reasonable doubt when it comes his turn to be tried in all this. But if they're under oath, spilling their guts and connecting the dots, it makes it that much harder for him to wriggle free because they've provided a roadmap. They provided a roadmap on how to prosecute him. And then they button down additional facts that can't be disputed because they can be confirmed. So, yeah, he cares about himself. He doesn't care about them. He wants them to shut up. One of them's not going to shut up. That's going to be Sidney Powell, is my guess. And Chesebro, well, who knows? Who knows what that guy's going to do? Okay, we're done here. Thank you for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you for your likes, shares, and comments, and doing everything that you do to feed the YouTube algorithm so that my video makes it out to new viewers. And to those new viewers, welcome to the channel. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I hope I catch you on future videos. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.